Alright, what's up guys, Brian here, and this is my WWE Monday Night Raw review for last night's episode of Raw. Figure I'd give my thoughts on last night's episode, so let's just get right into it. Of course, the big thing coming out of last night's Raw was the reunion of The Shield. We started off Raw last night with Miz TV, and Miz presenting the Mizzy Awards. He presented an award to Curtis Axel. He presented an award to Cesaro and Sheamus for helping him out last week when they attacked Roman Reigns during the Intercontinental Championship match that Miz had when he defended the title against Roman Reigns. And then presented a Mizzy Award to himself. This would bring out Roman Reigns. Basically, he would tell Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Axel they have one opportunity to get out of the ring. Miz basically insulting Reigns, saying that why doesn't he go to the back and get Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, because the rumors of a Shield reunion is what Roman Reigns is, and it's all hype. Reigns basically came back and said, "What rumors? Who said anything about rumors?" or something like that. And here comes Dean Ambrose. Here comes Seth Rollins. They would proceed to go to the ring and do what they used to do surrounding the ring. One gets on one side, the other one gets on the other side, and the other one gets on another side. They would get into the ring. Miz would get out of the ring, and Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns would go at it with Cesaro, Sheamus, and Axel. They would take them out, and then would focus their attention on the Miz. Miz would try to run away, but he would get trapped and then get hit with a dirty deeds by Dean Ambrose. They then picked Miz up and do their triple power bomb to him, just like Cesaro, Sheamus, and Miz did to Reigns last week. And then they would do the whole Shield fist bump, and that was pretty much it for that segment. We would then find out, at first, we found out that at TLC, it was going to be a six-man tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match with Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus taking on the Shield. But then that all changed after a match between Braun Strowman and Matt Hardy that saw Braun Strowman completely destroy Matt Hardy. Well, not completely. I mean, Matt Hardy did get some good shots in. He did put up a fight, but Strowman's power and strength was just too much. And then, as Braun was carrying Matt Hardy back to the backstage, here comes Rollins, here comes Ambrose, here comes Reigns onto the ramp to confront Strowman. I mean, given the history, the long history between all four, Strowman and all three of the Shield, Strowman went after Reigns. He fought off Ambrose and Rollins, but once again, the numbers game mentality of the Shield was too much for Strowman. They took him out. They then would go towards the announce table and would wind up triple power bombing Braun Strowman through the announce table, and that was pretty much it for that one. This would lead to Miz going to Kurt Angle's office, saying that, let me find another partner for the team of Miz and Cesaro and Sheamus. Kurt Angle said, "Sure, you can have anybody you want," because of the comments Dean Ambrose made during an interview, saying that the Shield would take on 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, any number of guys, and Miz got Braun Strowman. So at TLC, it is going to be a 4-on-3 handicap match, tables, ladders, and chairs match, with The Shield taking on Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Braun Strowman. So that should be an interesting matchup coming up at TLC. We found out who is going to be facing Asuka at TLC, as it will be Emma, who earned the opportunity in a fatal 5-way elimination match, defeating Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Dana Brooke. Sorry. We saw the continuation of the whole feud between Mickie James and Alexa Bliss heading into their title match against each other at TLC. Alexa Bliss continually insulting Mickie James. She played a video last night which was mainly in black and white, but then she got left laying by Mickie, so that was pretty good to see. We saw the continuation once again of the whole Bray Wyatt Finn Balor feud that has been going on for the last 2 months. This time they're introducing Sister Abigail into this one. Bray Wyatt, of course, last week making the statement making the question, is Sister Abigail alive? Once again, they did the same promo as last week, with Bray Wyatt appearing on screen as Finn Balor was talking, and then changing into Sister Abigail magically, which this segment last night I found to be really stupid. Nothing against WWE, but I mean, I don't know if if that was the way it was meant to come out, as far as, you know, Bray Wyatt and Sister Abigail talking at the same time, or what, but it was just one of the most dumb segments I've ever seen, and I wish that this feud was over already between these two. I think Balor needs to move on to something else, because this is just, I mean, this has been going on since, I believe, before, since before SummerSlam, and last night's segment I thought was not the best. So let's see what else. And then to top everything off, we saw the crowning of a new WWE Cruiserweight Champion, as Kalisto, who joined the Cruiserweight division last week. He challenged Enzo Amore for that championship. This matchup was originally supposed to take place at TLC, but Enzo Amore, during the segment on last night's Raw, came out and basically said, how can Kalisto be rewarded for attacking him last week with a title opportunity? Kurt Angle came out and said, you know what, you could forget about defending your title against Kalisto at TLC. The match is going to happen tonight. And then he made the announcement that if Enzo's thinking about getting himself, getting disqualified or counted out, he could forget about it, because it's going to be a lumberjack match, and the lumberjacks are going to be the other cruiserweights in the division. So that was the main event of last night's Raw, and this was not even it was okay. It wasn't the best. I don't know why what WWE is doing with the cruiserweight division. Personally, I'm not a really big fan of it. I'm sorry to say, but last night, having that title match in the main event, I don't know, it didn't really do nothing for me being a fan watching it. So Kalisto won the title last night after hitting a super Salida del Sol off the top rope to Enzo Amore, and that was pretty much it for that. There was nothing really else last night of basically nothing really else that was exciting. I think the only thing that really just made Raw somewhat enjoyable for me was the whole Shield reunion, and that was pretty much it. Seeing them doing what they used to do, causing destruction, going after different superstars. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens at TLC. They did announce that next week in a steel cage it's going to be Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there next week, and that should be the go-home show. Next week's Raw should be the go-home show before TLC, which is, I believe, is on the 22nd of this month. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens next week. But overall, my thoughts on last night's Raw, with the exception of the whole Shield reunion, nothing really else was really exciting. Hopefully they turn it around next week, and next week's show is much better. But that's my opinion on that. I thought Raw last night, with the exception of the whole Shield reunion, was nothing really exciting. So with that being said, if you guys watched last night's Raw, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. As always, this has been my Raw review, or key points review for last night's episode of Raw. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.